of night and day at top volume. Like he was listening to jazz. I get in the Uber, suddenly it's Dr. Dre. I was like,
wow, jazz is very black.
It is.
I was like, thank you. I want to be like, I like jazz too.
Yeah.
And so he's listening to hip hop and they're saying, hey, you guys know today is literally the 50th birthday of hip hop. And I was like, how kismet is it that on the actual 50th birthday of hip hop, you guys are here doing this interview?
No, it's
that means you guys got next. I'm just saying we're manifesting that. Now, for anybody who's young and who doesn't have Wi-Fi or who's old and has Wi-Fi but doesn't know how to use it, shout out to Facebook moms. I'm going to read a quick bio so they know who we're talking to.
Yes.
All right. So Flyana Boss is an American hip hop duo from Los Angeles, California. So you're really from here.
No.
But we're based here. Yeah.
I love how you were like, no. Would be nice though. I'm not from here either, but I feel like I'm going to start claiming LA because I kind of love it.
Yeah.
And they signed to Atlantic Records in 2021. And in 2023, their song You Wished gained popularity online, amassing, this is where the flex comes in. Because the whole point of the show is to let people flex. Bobby knows how I am. Over
No, I told her you called me
400
out in class.
Right, over 400 million collective views across their social media platforms. You guys, welcome to the show. The look of shock on your face is why I know we are kindred. As a person who works in the news, I wrote an article one time that got 15 million views. And for people don't read, so that's a lot for us in that world. I had to turn off my phone and I started crying. I was like, please leave me alone. I was overwhelmed. I was also in my mid-30s, right? I can't imagine what it's like to be a young act and to be fresh into your music career and to have that many eyes on you so quickly out of nowhere. How do you feel? Not what do you think, how do you feel? Because I would shut down.
I feel great.
She's like, I love this.
I feel good too, but I just ordered some anxiety medication this morning.
Oh,
That's
cool.
real.
Yeah.
So you understand the show's premise. We're humanizing it.
Exactly. Like I was like, you know what? This is getting very overwhelming. So I'm like, what can I do? So I like filled out this questionnaire.
Wow.
It's very different. I thought you had to go to a doctor to get anxiety meds,
She's
but
been
apparently.
talking about
Wait, are you
This is
just
a
finding this
revelation to
out?
me.
Yeah,
We didn't
yeah.
talk about this on the way here.
Literally
But
this
she's been
morning I
talking
did
about
it.
getting medication for a while, so I'm happy.
I love that you mentioned
Yeah.
anxiety because my whole family's anxious. So anxiety is my love language, unfortunately. And a lot of people don't talk about how overwhelming it is when success finds you.
Wow.
Like everybody thinks, oh, I'm going to be so happy when it gets here. Somebody famously asked Tiffany Haddish, how does it feel to be famous? She said, I feel the same, just sleepier.
Yeah, wow.
And I was like, girl, if that's not a goddamn word.
Wow,
Yeah.
we're always tired now.
Yeah, perpetually tired.
Like, I don't remember the last
Seriously.
time I had a full night's rest.
Were you prepared for that? Like, did anybody tell you about the shock that happens to your system when it finds you?
No.
Yeah, I wish somebody had told me.
No.
We should need to have like a support group. Like, girl, are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you my numbers after this. I don't do this often. You guys know I do not like a lot of people. But the premise of the show is I have to like you for you to sit on the couch because energy transference is real.
You're right.
And it's so crazy because I actually discovered you guys during the pandemic.
Really?
Like 2 years ago.
Really?
I never told you this.
No.
I know. She's like shocked.
No, yeah, because when we saw you, where we saw you,
We're going to get into that too because that was a hot mess.
I was like on the inside, like, oh my God, that's blue.
No, yeah,
and I told her, and I was like, no, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to bother her.
Podcasts all the time.
It was so crazy. It was in the pandemic. I was stuck in the house and I think it was like Refinery 29. Somebody random
Oh yeah.
posted y'all.
They posted Miss Me.
Yeah.
Yes, and I clicked on it, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I have to stay current because of my job, right? My mother's a little bit older, and so I was like, let me just see what they're doing. And then I was like, oh my God, they're so clever. Because I'm a writer, so I actually like lyrics.
Thank you.
Boys and girls out there, I need you to understand that lyrics matter. I'm looking right into the camera because a lot of people have really like viral music, and the lyrics are trash. And my first thought was, oh, their English teachers must love them. Wow. Were you guys always great writers, or is that something that you had to hone?
I feel like I always had a great POV, but I wasn't always like a great writer. I think I had to hone in on it.
Oh, that's really modest of you.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Also, none of my English teachers would say I was good.
Really?
Yeah. I'm also a bad speller.
I mean, that's real. Welcome to be creative.
I had a great English teacher in high school specifically. I went to arts high
So
school.
you were the one the English teacher loved. I know. I don't think the English teacher loved one of y'all.
Wow, no, my high school English teacher was like, he's just this wild man who would
the
stand on top of
sycophant
he's the sycophant man. He taught us, like, he had vocab words every beginning of the week. He would stand on a ladder during his classes and just like talk to us while he's on a ladder.
Wow.
He was just
Really?
amazing. Yeah.
Oh, he was colorful.
He was very colorful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More, and that's rich coming from me. I'm I'm wearing hot pink today, guys, because we're living in a Barbie world. So I decided I'd be on trend. This is me trying to be young, y'all.
We love that.
Cute.
So here's the thing, right? Your lyrics, like the way that you guys play with words, it's so clever. It's so smart. How do you figure out what you're going to write about?
We just go for it most of the time.
We're just in the studio together and like yelling the craziest stuff.
Wait a minute. You did this, so you're just like doing like word association, right?
Yeah,
kinda,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like she'll say a line and then I'll think of something that rhymes with that line or vice versa.
Oh, so you're fellow nerdy girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we like words.
Yeah.
We do like words.
See, I love that you're infusing that back into hip hop. It's the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and it started off being people who were really celebrated for wordplay.
Yeah.
It took a couple detours.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say too much because I don't know who's watching.
Right.
It took a couple detours, and so you guys give me hope that we're going to get back to the wordplay. Now, Jay-Z once famously said, because I loved quoting people and giving them credit, because y'all love to steal things and call them memes. He once famously said, when you become famous or have a moment, you don't change, people around you change.
Yeah. that's
Let's
very
get into
true.
it. Let's humanize this. Bobby knows how I am. So have people changed? Actually, no, I know that some of them have because it's just probability. How have you dealt with the people that you knew before you blew up and got this much attention? How are you navigating relationships? You don't have to call anybody out.
Yeah.
I don't want y'all to get
I'll
jumped.
call somebody out.
Go for it. We don't mind a little bit of violence in the show.
Go for it.
Just random family members calling my mom, telling her, like, yeah, we seen Bobby on the internet. Like, tell her, don't forget about family. Don't forget about
They
family.
want money, girl.
I don't know what. Yeah, I guess.
They want money.
Of course.
And I'm just like, first of all, we ain't even got the whole bag yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming, but we ain't got it right now.
People don't understand how much money it takes for you to like actually keep the machine going at first.
Yes.
Have you had any weirdness? Any cousins coming out the woodworks for
Honestly,
you?
no. Like, not at all. My circle's been small. I have a big family, but I don't think my immediate family cares and they love me and they all do music too, so they're very proud of me.
Right.
But it's not necessarily different. My other family members, I don't think they care. Or,
Are you
or
serious?
see what's happening. Not until, like, she always says, like, my dad doesn't understand until he's going to see us on TV.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the same with my family is, like,
That makes sense.
but my immediate family, they're very happy for me. And, like,
very supportive.
I'm literally doing all of this because of them. So
That's
they're
beautiful.
super supportive. Yeah.
I'm Caribbean, so my family for a long time had culturally like, what are you doing? Why are you on CNN? Like, what's happening? They are so confused to this day. They think my mother's like, I go on YouTube and I see you. I don't know what you're saying, but I feel like you talk about sex too much. Like, I was like, really? You don't know what I'm doing, but you're critiquing me like that?
Right.
Do you ever think about like, how do I say this? Taking not a hiatus because you guys just got your moment to like hit it, but do you ever feel like just tapping out and saying to the record label, can we have the weekend off? Like, how do y'all look at your face?
Sorry.
Blink twice if you
Yeah.
On the way here, we were talking about stuff we can cancel.
Yeah.
Because our
Yeah.
schedule's crazy. It's packed.
And we're so used to saying yes. We're
Yeah.
like, we were yes girls for a very long time.
Yeah, like yes to every opportunity,
Yeah,
make the
people
most of everything,
pleasers,
all
yeah.
of that. So
How do you gauge who to say no to?
Wow. We still don't know.
She's like, you tell me, Blue.
Yeah, exactly. We still don't even know.
we're still figuring out because some things are like a good look and we don't know it's a good look. So we're
Yeah.
like, we don't want to do that. And then the team says, oh, it's a good look. So then,
And then you kind of have to say yes.
Yeah,
Kind of
and then
right now.
afterwards we're like, we didn't have to say yes to
yeah,
that.
wow. Or we didn't have to spend that much time there.
Yeah.
We could have had a hard out.
Yeah.
Thank you for not canceling on me. And we do have a heart out.
Yeah, we did.
I would have felt bad. I would have felt so bad because this is the last thing I will ever book on my own again. Like you reached out to me, I'm like, yes, I want to do it. Let's figure it
Girl.
out. But after that, I am not doing it anymore.
I can just imagine. Let's talk about how we met in person for the first time, but did not speak.
Wow.
For those of you who are listening, and I hope, please listen to the episode you probably want to watch because communication is 93% nonverbal. And I feel like our facial expressions are telling half of the episode. My friend roped me into being on a game show with him. He was
My
like, Blue.
friend did too.
Oh, so we are in the same boat. We both got roped in. And he was like, Blue, you're good with words. So I know you'll do well.
That's exactly what I told Bobby.
See? It mirrors. So we both got bamboozled, Bobby. It's fine.
Yeah.
And so I show up and apparently I'm good with words.
You are.
The producers like were blowing smoke up our asses like, oh my God, you're going to do so well. The only way you're not going to win this game show is if your celebrity is bad. My celebrity was bad, guys. Plot
Has
twist.
yours aired yet?
I wouldn't know because I'm so angry. about what took place.
And is it okay for us to even talk about it like this?
We're not
or-
saying the name.
Okay, true.
It's just a game show.
We didn't read the paperwork.
Yeah, we just signed. We just signed.
Same. Look at us, irresponsible.
I would expect you to read it.
I know, right? I was helping out a friend just like you. So I show up to this thing and I was like, oh, I know how to play this game. This is the game that I'm always dominate at game night. We're doing really, really well. And then I noticed you guys and I was like, them are the girls from the TikTok.
That's so funny
from the Instagram.
I did the same thing, but I didn't say anything either.
Yeah, the minute I saw y'all, and I tried to avoid eye contact because I tend to eye lock when I look at people. Like my eyes lock with them. I was like, Blue, do not look at them because they'll know that you're looking at them.
No, I heard your voice under your mask. I was like,
I hate that. I need to learn how to hide my voice. I went to London and everybody recognized my voice.
you have
love
such a
that.
great voice.
But then he announces, if you know anybody in here, you must tell us. If
That's
anybody
especially-
in here knows each other, speak now or forever hold
that's
your
why I
peace.
was like, oh no, we got to keep quiet.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess this up
But
for
I was
any
like,
of
you
us.
should go say hi to her.
I was like, no, we can't fuck up the
I
bag.
tensed up like, oh no, we're gonna get arrested because we know each other. So I got whisked away to do the episode. My celebrity was trash. I can't say too much, guys, because NDAs are a thing.
Yeah.
And literally, we were exceptional, but your celebrity has to tap you in.
Yeah.
He only tapped us in once, and the one time he tapped us in, he was stunned that we were good. And I'm like, and you see what you did? We could have won all this money had you tapped us in.
right.
The other celebrity's aggressive. She's like going for it. And her team won because she actually gave a damn.
Yeah.
I leave. The host comes running after. Like the whole production team is embarrassed because we got done dirty. And I remember the first thing I thought when we left was, I wonder if Flyana Boss got. Did you guys ever go on that show? We're never gonna say its name.
That day, they like ran out of time.
yeah, we
that
had
was
to
the
come
first
back.
day. Yeah, so they were like, "Oh, we ran out of time." We were there like 12 hours, and then they said, "Yeah, can you guys come back another day? We really want you to come, but we ran out of time. Everything went over."
Did you go back?
We did.
I'm not gonna ask any more questions.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after.
tell you
Yeah, we'll
everything
talk about it
off
afterwards.
camera. We'll tell you
Yeah,
everything.
but I'm big mad because I feel like they owe me $10,000. Somebody
They
owes me a
do.
check
They
or
do.
something. All right. Speaking of coin, what is the biggest misconception about getting signed when it comes to money management? Because a lot of folks think the minute you get signed, the minute they see you go viral, the minute they see you have a look, oh, you rich now. Can I get some money?
Right.
Have you had anybody give you guys counsel about how not to pull a TLC? And I'm saying TLC. Okay, I just want to say T-Boz and cousin and I are friends.
Yeah.
She knows.
I love this.
She knew I was going to ask this question about bankruptcies and such. But like, I want to make sure because I want to protect you guys so bad. Like, I feel like you guys are my little
so
sisters
sweet.
just by default.
Everyone says that about us too.
Right. There's something very angelic about your energy. I look like a big baby, so I know what it's like to have people want to take care of you. But like, has anybody had a conversation with you about making sure that you are smart with your money?
I think everyone
Yeah,
tries
everyone.
to
Everybody.
have these conversations. Yeah, so
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard because there's a lot of differentiating opinions.
Yeah.
Different opinions.
Yeah, a lot of different.
Discrepancies.
Yeah, like
What
coming
are the
at
discrepancies? Tell me. Who's telling you to buy a Lambo immediately?
Oh, nobody's
no
telling
one's
us
doing that, but it's like different ways to save. But yeah, the conception is that we're like rich, but recoupment is a thing. I didn't even know this word before
until
we signed a deal.
signed, yes, but everything is recoupable.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
that's kind of
Paying
what
for everything.
That's
Like
what we're
it's-
trying to understand now.
Like you see the label card get pulled out, that's your money.
Yeah,
Yes.
so true.
See, if only people back in the day had known that. I feel
Yeah.
like the Tony Braxtons and the TLCs of the world had to go through that so we
Yeah,
would
they
all know
did.
better.
Yeah.
How did you guys even get signed though? Because that's a big deal just to even get signed, to be honest.
Also, when we got signed, we didn't get a bag. We were still working regular jobs.
Yeah.
That should
See?
be known
Because
as
We were
well.
with the JV. We didn't sign like
Yeah.
a major deal.
Yeah,
Makes
so we're with a
sense.
small label under Atlantic.
And basically, Bobby went to an ASCAP, like a pass the aux kind of thing.
In 2019.
Yeah.
Right when we started the duo.
And then played one of our first songs that we ever like recorded.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even release it yet. And then these two guys kind of like come up on both
like,
sides, like with their
What are you
phones.
Like, what are you gonna do with that song, girl? Like,
Yeah.
What? Because I like introduced the song as like I just started a duo with my friend. This is some of the music we're working on. And then like these two guys came up to me like, what are you gonna do with that project? Like, or like asking me questions about the duo.
Oh, that could have gone shady for y'all.
could've.
It could have gone shady. But before I went into the event, she was living in Oakland at the time with her sister.
Well, I love Oakland.
Yeah, it was
You bought it,
nice.
about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I see you.
But before I went in, she was like, "We need managers, Bobby. We need managers. Get us managers when you go in there."
Yeah.
I was like,
I was very adamant. I was like, if anyone asks what we need, say managers. We need management.
How's your day? I need a manager.
Exactly.
She did say those words. I went
Yeah.
in there. I did not say that to anybody. Nobody asked, "What do you
What are
need?
your
What do you want?"
signs? I
Do you
want
want to guess?
Yeah, do you want to guess?
No, because I'm picking up some interesting energy. I want to see your chart. Forget your sign, but
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
I know my big three.
oh, I don't. I only know 2.
Okay, hit it.
I'm an Aries and my moon is a Leo.
Okay, I thought that you were fire.
Okay, nice.
You feel, I'm getting mud. I'm feeling the earth or water, but what are you? What's your sign?
I'm a Leo, Aries.
Really?
Yeah, my moons and suns are.
I need to see your
aligned.
chart. I need
But
to,
my rising is Libra.
okay, that makes more
all I know.
sense. Yeah, the Libra, maybe that's the softness. No, I love Aries energy. My best friend of like 25 years was an Aries.
Aries.
I get mistaken for an Aries all the time. I'm on the cusp, technically.
Okay.
It's so interesting because you guys as a duo, your chemistry is so on point.
Yeah.
Whose idea was to do this?
Mine.
Of course. I could have already guessed that one.
Yeah.
Wow, she showed me a bunch of her songs that she was working on, like her solo project and stuff, making music videos, everything. And I was just like, you're so good. We should maybe do this together. I don't know, how do you feel?
Oh, you're like, hey, you want to be my life partner in music?
Exactly. Like
yeah,
literally,
basically
because
how
I
it
was like,
happened.
this industry's so scary.
Wow.
It is.
And I had so much fun with Bobby all the
Yeah.
time. Like anytime
Yeah.
we were together, it was just like a good time.
Always good vibes. Like we never had a negative experience with each other.
Yeah.
And we were kind of like lightweight friends at first, but then once we started to do it, we became like best friends.
Yeah.
Like,
Was it always
officially.
hip hop or did you want to sing? Like, what was the thinking about being a duo?
It first started off as hip hop.
Yeah, it's like
we were
straight up
both
hip-hop.
singing before,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, we really saw like the freedom that a lot of these young boys were doing
Right.
with their hip hop. They were just like,
We were inspired by like all the silly boys.
they were
like
rapping about
10K
nothing
cash,
and
like just being
fun.
silly.
Yeah.
Speaking of the silly boys, I saw some boys recreating your viral moment running.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, y'all stealing from my friend. Like, I got a little violent. And then somebody was like, no, I think they're cool. I saw them on TikTok together. I was like, okay, let me stand down. Let me
Oh,
stand
yeah.
down.
Talking about
Mario.
the Fresh and Fit
Oh.
boys. Then when they went to Hollywood
Black
Boulevard.
boys?
Yeah, there was 2 boys running down Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, the
and
fresh, not Fresh
wanted,
and Fit. Sorry, that's a podcast.
yeah, you do,
Sorry.
Take
Fresh-
that out.
Yeah, take
Yeah,
that out.
edit that out. We don't condone Fresh and Fit.
Yeah, we
Fresh and Reckless.
Yeah.
There we
They're-
go.
They're another duo.
Yeah.
Did they get your consent before doing that?
No, but we met them at Essence Fest briefly.
Did they
Yeah.
apologize?
No.
No.
What is
like,
it? What's the quote? Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
Period.
Yeah,
And that's how we feel.
I don't be flattered though, so that's beautiful for y'all. I want to fight them. Like I literally retweeted this, like this is why Black women can't have nothing. And then my friends were like, "Blue, stand down. You're about to interview
No,
them."
we love when Black women protect us too.
Yeah.
So.
Seriously. So you were at Essence Fest. I mean, that's Auntie Fest. Like all the people
yeah.
who want to protect you would be there.
Yeah, and they were.
They're probably holding you like, "Oh, my baby," holding you to their bosom.
Yeah, there was so many.
was
Like, I'm
very
so
sweet.
proud of you, girls.
This is so, I hate to say this, but this is so old school to have a hip hop duo of 2 women to be surrounded by feminine love and joy. Like,
Wow.
there's a cattiness that unfortunately has been kind of fostered by the industry with women. So I love that you guys have each other.
Yeah.
Would you ever do a diss track though? In the spirit of hip hop?
Maybe like in a very theatrical way, and maybe it's dissing like a different version of ourselves that we don't like. I don't know.
Yeah,
we
I
need to
can.
be very
Ooh, that's
artsy
clever.
with it. Yeah, like,
I mean, sometimes I will diss people in my bars. And if they get it, they get it.
and if they don't,
And if they don't, they don't.
That's the Libra coming at you. That's the Libra coming out. If you want a little passive aggressive like jabs, that's a good
But
yeah.
I don't think I would have the energy to give to a whole song about
Yeah.
somebody. I
Y'all
don't
wouldn't
care.
read you ether or nothing, right?
No.
Well, since we're talking about old school hip hop, I cannot talk about it without talking about one of my favorites, Missy Elliott.
wow.
Can we have a moment?
Yeah.
I had to, okay, I'm gonna pull up the research for this one because I need to read this.
Wow.
I'm up here trying to fight for y'all, and on the same day that I was
Wow.
cussing out these boys, I took it down, y'all. Don't worry, don't go looking for it and being
I
messy.
low-key want to see it.
Oh no, I got mad.
Your
And I'm good with words. I was like, really? This how y'all feel? But it's cool. I'm cool now. I also saw that Missy was writing about y'all. And I was like, now what in the hell did Bobby get into? Now, apparently someone saw you guys going viral, saw you recreating that moment over and over again. I got some questions about that moment, by the way. And Missy jumped in to defend you when they were complaining about you guys recreating the moment and said, and I quote, "This is an old school tactic. If you do a bunch of things, you confuse the audience. They don't know who you are. That's why the most successful artists have errors. And from that error, they consistently do the same style." And then she went on to say, for example, I had finger waves through my first album. That's how you guys understood who I was. What did it feel like to have Missy motherfucking Elliott not just like your pictures or like your song, but cape for you and chin check people who had y'all messed up?
Nobody asked her to do this. She did it on her own. That's crazy.
Unreal.
That's wild.
It was actually unreal. Like the fact that she took her time also to articulate herself.
Yeah.
Because we knew we were doing that, but we
Yeah.
didn't have it in our heads.
We didn't.
Yeah, we're in an era. We're going to, like we weren't thinking about
We're putting our stamp on this like
Yeah,
Missy.
exactly. We weren't thinking about it like that. But wow, the
Wow.
way she articulated, she ate that. We love her.
There's a direct line from from Missy to you guys.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Especially considering how visually stunning a lot of your stuff is. Whose idea was it to do the video that ended up captivating so much attention?
She wanted to run.
Yeah.
I had videos.
Yeah, at first I had an idea of us on bikes following a car. Just like kind of cute.
Oh, you wild with it. Okay. That's
But then
wild.
we didn't have bikes.
We don't own bikes.
Yeah, so we were like at our videographer's house and we were like, so what are we gonna do? And I was like, okay, you get in the car, we're gonna chase after the car. Like we'll just run after the car. And he's like, we don't need a car.
I can
I'll
run. Yeah.
That's how it started.
This man has done lacrosse.
What's his name?
He's
Evan?
a track star.
Yeah, Evan Blum.
Yeah, I saw Evan's page. I was doing my research or whatever, and I was like, wait, he's running.
Yeah.
This entire time, I thought that video was like a steady cam running backwards.
Yeah, everyone.
He's on foot.
There's so many funny theories too.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
It's a human man.
yeah, a whole human man.
For anybody who did not know this until now, please go to Evan Blum's page because he tagged them on it. And it's a human man just running in unison with you
Yeah,
guys.
He's incredible.
There was one where you guys did where you were running through like a kitchen. And then I think you stole somebody's lunch. Was that real?
It was staged.
Yeah, that was.
Okay, thank
they
God.
asked us to come and run there, so we had permission to be in their
Yeah.
kitchen.
Was it like a pizza or a sandwich?
Yeah,
What was it?
pizzeria.
Yeah, I was like, she stole their pizza. I was like,
Well, they made us pizzas that said Flyana Boss on them with
it's so
mozzarella.
cute.
It was
That's
the
so
cutest thing
dope.
ever.
Post that. We should
Yeah.
post that.
what's
So
the
cute.
best perk that you've gotten thus far?
All the free stuff.
All the free stuff.
I want to know what the free stuff is. I'm about to make a list so I can know
It's
who to hit up.
strange
So
when you have
many
a
people.
recognizable face, I guess,
Yeah.
that people just want to give you stuff.
About a week ago, our manager was like, okay, don't buy any more clothes. Everyone's giving us clothes.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before a certain brand is like just gonna be sponsoring your outfits wherever you go.
yeah.
We think so too.
Yeah.
Do you have like a wish list of a perk that you can't wait to get? For me, I would love to be like sent on a trip. I can't wait for a brand or somebody to send me on a trip somewhere.
I love that. Just to piggyback off of that, yes. Like someone, like if Virgin Atlantic
Ooh,
wants
yeah.
to just
Oh,
like
she chin
give
checked
us
y'all.
a
Virgin, y'all hear that?
We want Virgin
gives us
Atlantic.
free flights,
Like overseas.
overseas.
What's this for doing this Delta? Yeah. I've spent so much money with y'all Delta.
Period.
Please help us to style.
Yes.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
I feel like Delta's a line item in my budget.
Yes.
I spent so much. Have you guys have done the first class thing, yes?
I done it once. She done it like twice.
Yeah, my niece is a flight attendant.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
so you
did it
lived
with
that-
her.
I need y'all to understand, and me and my friend Jean, who from Insecure, who was the last episode that we did, you guys, once more, Jean came on the day before the strike. Please do not get him in trouble.
I just started listening to that episode.
Yeah, he and I were
love
talking
him.
afterwards. We had lunch afterwards, and we were like, yo, I'm addicted to first class. I can't afford this no more.
I
This is
want to
ridiculous.
only do it first class.
I'm really gonna ask you guys, and shout out to the label people who are gonna be. I want you to share this with them, Haley. Y'all need to start requesting first class.
Yeah.
It is a game changer.
We actually do. We went to a NASCAR event this past weekend.
Flex.
Weekend, and they put us on first class.
Yeah, that was really sweet. And
They
they even
put
got
us-
us a driver.
They got us a driver, the
Have you
best
ever
driver.
done the first class like Delta One when you lay down?
I did that on United because my niece. We went
Uh-huh.
to South Africa in January, and that was the best 16-hour flight of my life.
I did not want to get off the plane. I did Delta One coming back from London. It was 11 hours. I was like, can we do like 4 more hours?
Wow.
I'm not done with this movie and I want another snack.
It's nice
Yeah,
to
but
lay
that's nice.
flat on the plane.
I want us to normalize Black women giving themselves permission to have luxury.
Yes.
Because one of the things I talk about a lot on this show is network poverty and how when one of us makes it, we still have a whole family that needs us to help out in some sort of way. And we do this because we want to help them out. But then the bills come, you're like, oh, is this what help it looks like?
Right.
Oh, that's a carry the zeros. And it's so crazy because when I think about the kind of music that you guys do and I think about your name, Flyana Boss is a name that's so sticky. I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask for the audience, for the millennials, the zennials, the Gen Zers who are watching this.
Yeah.
How did you guys come up with the name? Because I think this is a brilliant answer.
Bobby came up with it actually.
But I like the way she tells the story.
Yeah, I like the way you tell the story to hit it.
Okay, so we were playing on names before. We were like,
Yeah, like a day before.
Yeah, she likes like Nipsey Hussle as a play on Nipsey Russell. So we were like, okay, how can we do this kind of?
Yeah, like a play on a
Yeah.
famous person that
for,
we love.
For some reason, we were like, Halle Berry sounds good. We should just be Halle Berry.
We were
which
just
is no
thinking
play.
to just
Really?
be Halle Berry, no play.
That was
Yeah.
That was one
That is
option.
wild.
Because it made us laugh. We were like,
Yeah.
that's so stupid. Like,
Yeah.
let's just be Halle Berry.
So then when people Google Halle Berry, they'll see us.
But I feel like there's
Anyway.
already too much with Halle Bailey and Halle
Thank
Berry.
Yeah,
you.
Too
yeah.
much.
Like, Halle Bailey's name makes my head hurt.
Yeah, because it's a glitch.
I'm like, Blue, don't do it. Don't do
Yeah,
it. You know what you
yeah,
want to say.
And then we went to sleep the next day. She woke up. She has this poster of Diana Ross in her room. And she opens her eyes and she's like, Flyana Boss. And so then she texted me either Flyana Boss or Cryana Boss.
Oh, wow.
We cry a lot. We're
Yeah.
emotional.
Yeah, we're very emotional.
That's why I'm in the water energy. I really want to see y'all's charts. We'll talk about that after the show.
I know my time when I was born.
We can do it. So, Flyana Boss is a play on Diana Ross.
Yes.
But it also was like fly and a
That part we
boss.
figured out later.
Yeah.
We were
Oh,
like,
my
that's
bad.
so hard.
No, girl, play that off. Act like you did that on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
I should, but
I'm fly and I'm
No,
a
it's
boss.
just-
But it's kind of like subconscious genius, you
It
know
is
what I mean?
subconscious.
Which has
genius.
been like this whole ride together has been like, we didn't even think of that and it happened. We didn't even
Yeah.
or we said it once and it happened. It's
Wow.
just, it's all fallen into place so beautifully. And so finding those other levels of the name was also like,
Yeah, and like
This
her
is
name starts
supposed
with
to be-
F, my name starts with B. Like,
Say your both of your full names for the audience, because I love when people hear their people's real names.
okay, my full government is Bobby Lania Tyler. My initials are BLT.
That, oh, wow.
I forget that.
That's cute as hell.
Yeah, my
That is cute
my
as
dad
hell.
calls me the lovely BLT.
Oh, somebody's gonna name a sandwich after you now.
I want that. Yeah, but no
Watch
bacon.
Subway hit you up after this interview.
That'd be so cute.
Yeah,
with some
no
like
bacon.
vegan bacon.
Yeah, I don't eat bacon.
Oh, I mean, that's fine. I'm Cuban. We eat all the pork,
No,
but I
I'm
understand. I
I'm
understand.
for it. I'm for people eating meat. I just don't.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You're not evangelical about it.
Yeah.
Say your full name.
My
She has a
full
long
government
one.
name
But her name is
is
so pretty, though. That's why I want her to say
my
the full.
full government name is Folayan Omi Kunurede.
Can you do the Nigerian one?
Oh, yes.
That's Nigerian as well.
But like the full with the omis.
I don't know if I want everyone to know.
Okay, that's
fine. That's
You know,
fair.
I'll tell you after
Okay,
this.
it's so pretty.
Your name is so beautiful.
Thank you.
It's so funny because you're Nigerian.
Yeah, on
I
my
get
dad's side.
I get mistaken for Nigerian all the time. I am not Nigerian.
I can see it.
I've been called an Igbo princess. People are like, I feel like, I was like, I am not. I'm Haitian and Cuban. But I feel like now Ancestry.com has hit me up and said they want to give me not
that'd
Ancestry,
be sick.
African Ancestry.
Yeah.
Wants to do a test with me because everybody is convinced I have Nigerian in my blood.
Maybe
You gotta
you
do it because those are
yeah.
expensive. I've looked into it because I want to know like the tribes.
Yeah, somebody
me
told me I
too.
look like a Chioma or something. I was like, whatever. I'm gonna just claim Nigerian as an ancestral like DNA.
Yeah.
Now I think your name being a play on Diana Ross is ironic because Diana Ross is like the original diva.
Yeah.
Nothing about you guys gives diva.
Oh.
Are you guys
true.
divas? Be
Okay, I feel-
honest.
No, we're not.
No, this is humanized. My audience is used to this.
Yeah.
We're not divas,
No.
but Diana Ross does like represent us in a way because she was like, you know, a pop icon. She was like a trailblazer for her time. Like
Yeah.
she was an all around entertainer, and I feel like that is part of like what we represent.
And we
I
want to
love
we want to
that.
figure out our inner diva. Like we said, we were people pleasers and like
Yeah.
we say yes to everything, but like our inner diva can mean something different than Diana Ross's, and we want to
Exactly.
embody that side as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So
But also, we do the most on stage. Just
Yes.
like
Yeah,
Diana
we do.
Ross. Yeah.
When I saw y'all running through Times Square, I was like, wow. When Evan posted the behind the scenes, the amount of inner cringe I felt for myself, I was like, those are some courageous motherfuckers.
wow.
Because I would have died a million deaths. But you did it so beautifully. Like, it wasn't cringe watching y'all.
Yeah.
It was cringe matching me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, excuse me. They were like, well, that's not in the song. You can't do
yeah,
that.
no, people always comment like, "How do you do this? How do you not feel embarrassed doing this? Like going through crowds."
The
We're like,
shame goes out the window.
Do you take a shot of tequila or something?
No.
It's just pure energy.
it's just it's performance. We love to
Yeah,
perform.
it's another performance. It's not just like running down the street. It's a show.
yeah.
I mean, Times Square. I lived in New York for 6 years. I don't think maybe y'all didn't know what y'all were doing, but that's braver than you might think. Now I've listened twice. Now you guys know I'm an emotional intelligence coach.
Yeah.
Twice I've heard you mention people pleasing.
Yes.
So we have to mention the second time that I came in contact with one of you.
Yeah.
Because after the game show incident
Yeah.
where I walked away big mad, I then log into the first day of the all night shift workshop. Shout out to the attendees.
Yeah, shout out to
And
y'all.
I see you. I was like, wait a minute.
I know you from somewhere.
That's the girl. What the hell? And I'm just like, at some point, I'm gonna have to be like, girl, we keep running into each other. What the hell's going on? And the thing is, to have you be signed, have her lighting a fire under your ass, because I already know what you are and I love it. We all need a friend like that who lights fires under our asses, right? And to pause and say, in the midst of all this, in the midst of my stardom, I'm gonna pause and take an emotional intelligence workshop and learn how to be emotionally intelligent while in the music industry.
Wow.
What possibly made you have the audacity to prioritize emotional intelligence given the space that you're in right now?
Well, Well, I felt for a long time in my life like my emotions had control of me and I didn't have control of it.
Speak on it.
Yeah, and it like swayed me and pulled me in different directions all the time throughout my whole life. And I'm just like, you got to do something about this. And I've heard you like on a bunch of podcasts, and I've heard you mention your class. And there was a couple of times like I thought about doing it, and I was like, oh no, it's not time yet. But then when I saw you at that game show, I was like, oh, this is my sign. I need to do this class. Now, mind you, that was before we started going viral. Like we were still working on music, but it wasn't like anything changed.
You went viral halfway through the class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. And I feel like if I tried to take a class now, like I wouldn't even have time. Like it was like perfect timing. Like the last 2 weeks of almost normacy kind of was like the last 2 weeks of our class. And like even we were at a shoot and I'm like, y'all, I got a class to get to.
She showed up to class fully made up.
I know. She's like, I have an emotional intelligence class. I have to go. Yeah. We like go off about me, like go.
Yeah, but even like without that class, I wouldn't even express that to people. I would have just like bit the bullet and not went to the class because I'm like, oh, I'm working. I have to.
I want you to know that you are welcome to take the class. I will gift it to you.
Thank you. So
when you find like downtime, because I really do think emotional intelligence is important, particularly in this industry where people pleasing, where having to make concessions for other egos in the room is a big thing, especially when you're someone who just wants people to see your heart.
Yeah.
A lot of times if you have a good heart in this industry, and I mean entertainment in general, people will see that in you and they would try to like leverage it against you.
Yeah.
Now, I need to ask you again. I asked you earlier. I'm circling back. Have you figured out or thought about how to start saying no more? How to relax into your no's?
I think we're working on it.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress.
I would tell you guys, if I could be that friend, ask yourself, does this feel good? And would I regret if I didn't say no later, right? Because a lot of times you say yes and you regret the yes.
Yeah.
I very rarely have regretted a no that I meant.
Yeah. That's actually very true.
That's real.
If I really mean the no,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, it's you know what I do? It's the above me now. Remember that meme? It's above me now. I'm like, I talked to my God, and the universe told me it was no. It's above me now.
Yeah.
I don't want my ancestors to beat me up in my sleep.
Yeah.
Do either of you have like any psychic energy? Because I feel there's something witchy around you guys.
Wow. I just want to say though, as you were saying that, something came to me. I think we can try to breathe before answering. Like
There you go.
not having to answer so quickly and just telling people like,
Let's pause.
let's
The power
pause.
of,
Let's pause.
she knows I'm
Yeah, let's
laughing.
wait.
What you just said is actually one of the classes.
Yeah. Oh,
wow.
It's called the power of the pause.
Yes, the
I
pause.
feel
You're
like
so right.
You just gave it to me because I was like,
Energy
okay,
transference.
we don't have to say yes right away to anything.
Yeah.
We can take 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day if needed. But that might be a good tactic for us to just
I
be like,
agree.
okay,
We're gonna
intake that information, talk it over with each other.
The power of the pause. Even when I hit you up, I was like, hey, I would love for you to do the show. If you have the bandwidth, just get back to me when it makes sense.
Yeah.
I've learned to even ingest pauses in the way that I ask things of my friends. I always say if and when you have the bandwidth.
Yeah.
Because I want my friends to know I would love to spend time with you,
Yeah.
but I don't want you to die to do it for me.
it has to be mutually beneficial.
Look at girl, I am so proud of you. Okay, now you gotta take the class because she has a whole different language. No, seriously, something's not mutually beneficial. It doesn't make sense. And I really, really love the fact that so many people are pouring into you guys. Because back in the day, it took a village. We always say it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a creative. I'm looking right at the camera.
It does.
If you are somebody in the creative arts, you are a baby.
Yeah.
You need a village to keep you,
really do.
in a space of being grounded. Now, who are your musical influences? Because there's so many different people that I could say I see in y'all, but I don't want to impose that. Who do you think influences you? And it doesn't have to be hip hop.
I'm actually interested in who you
Yeah,
think.
I think that's more fascinating. We get this
Girl,
question.
y'all, not to trying to pop me in my own pod. You see this? This is Humanized featuring Flyana Boss.
Because we're always answering this question like there's so many, or
Yeah.
every black woman that ever crossed our For You page, ever crossed us in the street.
Yeah, we seen at the beauty supply,
Black
like our
hairstyles,
moms,
yeah.
our cousins, our sisters, like
Who-
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. I want you guys to remember that in the next video. I might be
Yes.
running towards a pizza shop with y'all one day.
Yes.
They'll be like, who's that in the pink
Yes.
behind them? Who have y'all said previously? I'm going to tell you who I've been thinking of.
Missy Elliott,
Yeah,
Yes.
obviously,
Beyonce,
Yes.
Outkast.
TLC, Nicki.
Absolutely. I feel like if we took Nicki, Missy, Doja, and Salt and Pepper, and threw them in like a
Okay.
shaker.
I like this.
Because there's a thing about you guys' friendship that is so captivating because it feels real. We're so used to, I'm not going to say too much, but I've been on many shows where my co-host didn't like me and I still had to be on camera. Girl, the show must go
I'm
on.
gonna be thinking about what, because I've been following you. I'm
Yeah,
thinking about what
do
show.
that.
but here's the thing
I'd
though,
have
right?
to quit. I wouldn't just not come
Yeah.
up.
But
I'm
here's,
on the show.
but here's the thing that made them not like me, right? It was because the audience liked me. So I was on a show previously. This has been talked about on Drink Champ, so I'm not like breaking any news. But I had a co-host who I grew up idolizing and thought she was amazing. And so when she asked me to be on a show with her, I was so excited. And then she got drunk one day and confronted me and said, "All the YouTube comments are about you."
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, well, isn't that why you hired me? Because you thought they would
Right.
like it?
You thought I was great?
Yeah.
Yes, you're in an industry where if you do too well, it's easy to have an insecure person next to you
Wow.
who begrudges you for doing your job well.
Right.
This is the only industry where doing your job well is actually a detriment sometimes.
Yeah.
So I love that you guys have each other. And the last time I saw that was probably like Salt and Pepper. Like they were body rolling. That could be a great Halloween costume. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, that'd be cute.
Especially considering with y'all personalities and
Yeah.
stuff. And so I love the feeling of, wow, this is a real sisterhood.
Yeah.
Then there's Missy, but also the Doja comes from the fearlessness. I feel like we're only a couple albums away from y'all cussing out people for like having
We
y'all
were
fucked
just
up.
talking about this last night. Like, what,
I'm predicting
like,
it.
would we be like? I don't know if we would take it that far.
Yeah.
Not, but in a
I
polite way.
love you, Amala.
It's almost like an angry fairy. Look, guys, they don't have the bandwidth.
Yeah, I think that's what we would say. We
This
would
is
say
not mutually beneficial.
exactly. We would be
I'm
talking
a
that talk.
ghoster, so like when I
She's a big
feel
ghost.
like I'm
sis, that's
just too
toxic.
much.
It is,
Well,
but
if it's with fans or I feel like some
Oh,
people
yeah.
are disrespecting, I'd rather not talk about it to them.
Or if
Yeah.
it's not a relationship she has any stake in or whatever that she cares about, she's gonna ghost. And
I'm
leave.
totally fine
Oh.
with
If she
it's
cares
to
about
protect
the-
my peace and it's
Yeah.
against my boundaries.
I call that quietly
I can-
disengaging.
Yeah, that's me.
that's what she does.
absolutely me.
That's what she
I'm
Absolutely.
gonna start giving you language for stuff to make it sound healthier.
Okay, I love that. I love
People are
that.
like, Blue, you go. No, I didn't ghost them. I quietly disengaged.
I love that.
She
I
does
quietly
that.
disengage.
Because
She
it's only
does.
ghosting if we have a mutual relationship
Right. Yeah.
and we made a covenant and I'm
Yeah.
breaking it without telling you why.
Yeah, no, not
No,
never
she doesn't
that.
do that.
If
Like,
you're a rando and I just do not want to partake
Right.
in this conversation, I'm
Yeah.
quietly
and
disengaging.
I'm learning that from her. She's so good with that. And me, I'm like so used to telling people like, it's okay, I can do it, or explaining myself if I don't want to have that connection, or like,
Be careful with the fans or they neg.
Yeah.
Some fans, they're so excited that you're responding, they'll say flagrant things just to get you to keep responding to them.
And I'm like, oh, this is not for me. This energy was not for me. I'm just disengage politely.
Yes, I am just quietly disengaging.
I'm quietly disengaging.
And the thing is, when people say that, sometimes I'll tell people, I'll be like, so I'm overstimulated by this interaction, so I'm just
Yeah.
going to disengage now.
Yeah. Yeah,
And folks look at me like, wait, what? You can do that? Yes.
I need to
love
write that
that.
one down. I love that one.
I get to disengage. It's the, I'm telling you, it's the
Yeah, I
class.
really love
You're
that
going
one.
to join us at some
Class
point.
is
Wow, I'm not a group person.
she
but
doesn't
if you
like
would
it.
love to, if
We could do a
if
one-on-one.
one-on-one, I
We could
would
do
love
one-on-one.
that.
And it's so funny because a lot of people are like, well, I'm going to do one-on-one because I'm scared of groups. How did you feel being in a group setting? I meant to ask you
I
that.
liked it.
Because the group setting is like, oh, I was not going to mention that I do that toxic thing, but she did, so I'll just listen to her answer.
Exactly. Also, I like hearing people talk about themselves and their lives and their experiences. So
What did you gain from? I will tell you this: it's people cry though. They laugh and they cry. It's emotional boot camp. What did you gain from going through emotional intelligence boot camp?
I gained a lot of tools, I think.
There we go.
Yeah, in terms, like terminology and stuff, I feel like way more grounded and okay with myself.
That's a beautiful thing because a lot of people will. I know a lot of rich people who are not grounded themselves.
Yeah.
We think that just because you're successful,
Yeah.
that you like yourself.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they don't equate.
Yeah, they really, really don't. How do you guys like maintain your equilibrium in the middle of this whirlwind? She's like pending.
Yeah, because
right-
it's
right
just
now
starting.
Right now it's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, it's hard.
I'm
Now-
starting to listen to music again. I like stopped for a really long time, but I'm starting to put my headphones in and just have a moment with myself and listen to all my favorite songs from my childhood.
Can you listen to music without the ear of an artist now?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Oh, that's beautiful. I can't watch movies without the eyes of a writer.
Really?
I always guess the ending. I can always see the storyboarding. Like I've ruined movies for myself, and I have to like watch outrageous sci-fi. I'm like, oh well, this world is not real. I can fall asleep here.
I
But
feel
like,
that. Yeah.
I feel like, I'm always analyzing music,
really, you're an overthinker.
but I can still enjoy it.
I know for the fact of time because we only have an hour. This is going by really, really fast. I don't know if it's going fast for you.
It is actually.
I'm enjoying this. I would have had some drinks and stuff, but I wasn't sure if the label would allow me to do that with y'all. I'm gonna do some rapid fire because I really want to see what you guys' instincts are.
Okay.
And whoever feels like answering can answer. It's only like a couple questions. Who's the most outspoken?
I think me.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know.
The fact
I
that
think
she quietly looked at you, she's like, sure.
Yeah. I think it just depends on the time or the instance.
Yeah.
But
You're probably
go
more
with Bobby.
outspoken publicly, but I feel like behind the scenes, you're like, girl, we need to do this.
Yeah, or maybe opposite. I don't know, actually. I have no clue.
Yeah.
All right, who is the most moody?
Me? I don't know.
I think we're both pretty moody.
That is brave to admit it. Do you condone her calling you moody as well?
Yeah. I'm pretty moody.
I'm a little moody too.
Actually, I think maybe she's more moody than me.
Oh, okay. Well, there you have it.
She's like, well, we're finding out right now. The thing about being moody is you're like what, it's like a Sour Patch. First they're sweet, then they're sour. Like you could be talking all day and then be like, I'm done talking for the day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to my room now.
Yeah. So maybe both then.
I'm very
Because we
moody.
both do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
We're
like,
like,
we both
gotta
like
go.
we both give each other space to be like that.
To
like,
be, moody.
like if something happened in each of our personal lives and we like get in the car together, we don't even have to talk about it. I'm like, oh, she's upset about something. I'm not going to bring it up until she wants to talk about it, and vice versa.
Oh, you're a good friend. I have some friends who, because they think I'm so outgoing, if I don't want to talk that day, they think something's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I just don't want to talk today.
No, my natural instinct is like, she hates me. I'm still working on that. But that's with everybody, not just her.
Yeah.
Like anybody, I'm like, oh my gosh,
Toxic.
they're mad at me. But I'm working on that, you know?
I love that you're talking about your internal dialogue because
Yeah.
we're all slow work
Yeah,
in
but then
progress.
I'm like, shut up. That's not the truth. She'll say what is upsetting her eventually.
Oh, I love that. She trusts your heart even when her anxiety is trying to talk crazy in her head. Who is the shyest? It got real quiet. Both?
Maybe both.
Neither?
Again, I feel like it just depends on when, where, what.
Yeah, we fluctuate.
You guys really are a team.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of live for this. All right, messiest though.
Like,
Me.
like as far as clothes,
She
all
said
around,
her
or-
with bass in her voice.
Me. Oh, yeah. I
She's like,
that's
me.
absolutely me.
I'll let her have it, but my house is a mess right now.
She doesn't seem.
But like her messes are like calms compared to my storms.
Oh, so you have like underwear hanging from the chandelier
yes,
and shit.
everywhere. I find makeup underneath the bed. I find all types of things. Hair's everywhere. Everything's everywhere.
Do you know what's the craziest thing? I'm not that messy, but what really drives me nuts is when I'm eating something and like a piece of chocolate falls and then it melts. You know,
I'm messy.
Yeah.
I'm a messy eater.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
that
way
kind of
more than
messy.
she's not a
Yeah,
messy eater.
yeah, no.
I always have like shit all over my face. I'm dropping stuff on my clothes.
like a baby who needs a bed.
Yeah.
Okay, then it might be her then.
And maybe I just don't have organizational skills.
That's called being a creative.
Okay,
She's creative. All right. Now this is where it gets a little spicy. Who's the most likely to date someone in the industry?
Me.
Do you have a celebrity crush?
No, I'm with someone in the industry.
Oh, well,
So it's me.
and I was intentionally not going to ask you about that because I was like, I like to pretend that I am single and broke at all times.
Yeah?
People,
You're so funny.
No, seriously. 'Cause people always want to talk about your love life and your money.
I try to
that's true.
pretend like
I'm
I'm
always single.
too.
I'm always broke. Please leave me alone.
Yeah, I feel that. That resonates with me.
Are you going to play that card? You are not single and broke.
Right. I'm not single well, I'm kind of broke right now. But.
You know what? That's smart. We're all three of us. Forget what she just said. We're all three of us are single and broke, guys. Okay, she's not dating somebody in the industry.
Yeah, I love you, baby.
All right. No, my man. Do it one more time.
I love you, baby.
My man.
My
Thank
man,
you
my
to
man,
my man. All right. Who's most likely to retire from music and move to a farm like Khalees?
Oh, I would do that.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
but
say
both of us, yeah.
That's our end goal.
Yeah.
All three of us. My
Yeah,
goal
period.
is to be so rich that I can disappear.
Yeah.
Y'all can just watch reruns of Humanized and
Yeah.
I'll be somewhere in the
Exactly.
ether.
Exactly.
All right. Who's most likely to end up as a cast member of Real Housewives franchise?
I have no idea. Actually.
Yeah, I feel like neither of us, but I think I would be more likely than Flyana. Like
Really?
when I'm
Why?
like 60, I'll be like, oh, I'll do this show. Why
Oh,
not?
so she just
Okay.
said she thinks the Housewives are 60.
No, I don't know how old they are. I'm sorry. I said me personally. I think
The Libra in you is coming out strong. Oh, this is petty.
I'm not saying they're 60.
She says, when I'm 100, maybe I'll call Andy and say, give me a peach. That's
No,
how
I'm
you
not
really-
calling any of the housewives 60. I'm saying when I'm 40, I might still be on tour. I know they're like in their 40s or something.
She said, I'll still be juicy in my
my
40s.
This is going back. I love all the housewives, especially you, Kenya.
Kenya is gorgeous.
Yeah, we
She's from
love
Detroit.
Kenya.
I love her. Detroit queen.
Oh, yeah, Detroit. We have to represent. No, the Kenya is beautiful. The Housewives are all interesting characters.
Yeah.
Could y'all ever see yourselves on a reality show? Like if I called you right now and said, hey guys, Humanized got picked up. There's going to be a reality show following me around and you're one of my favorite guests and I would love y'all to come on. Would y'all say
Oh,
yes?
we'd come on for
Yeah,
sure.
like it's your show.
Yeah.
You
Wait
just
a
pop
minute.
in and on for an
yeah. If we pop
for a
in,
guest experience.
Would you
Yes.
have your own reality show though?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Maybe
What-
around tour.
What about reality
Maybe,
TV?
yeah.
Oh, that's a docu-series.
Yeah,
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
docu-series feels more on brand.
Yeah.
Now, who would be the one who would most likely get into scandal? Scandalo.
I'm gonna say me again.
Wait, you're a sucker for shit.
Yeah, think about it. Yeah.
Cause I get impulsive at times.
Oh, do you get Twitter fingers?
Not even just that, just like in person, if I can get like really angry and blow up.
Really?
I haven't as much since our class.
You really are a Sour Patch Kid because you're so sweet.
Yeah.
What do you like when you get angry?
Only very few people have seen me at my most angriest.
Is it scary?
I've-
Have you seen her angry?
I'm just annoyed. Like,
yeah,
just
she hasn't
very,
seen
very
like
annoyed.
when the tiger comes out or the lion comes out.
Yeah. No, I get it because not a lot of people have seen me angry. I get annoyed
Yeah.
all the time because I think the world is annoying.
Yeah.
But like anger is like something I have to have a cheat meal for.
Yeah.
Like, God, I'm about to do some things today. This is my cheat meal. I've been good all year.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm trying to control it better, which I'm doing a better job with it, but I don't know, I could throw a chair or swing a folding chair somewhere.
So you're most likely to have a scandal then. You also are most likely to be a hospital if you're throwing chairs. Wait a minute. I think we came full circle from the last question.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, what is your favorite color? And I'm going to ask you, I always do this with people. What is your favorite color? And I need you to say 3 words to describe both of you guys. Think about that for a second.
My favorite color is like a lilac, lavender, purple type. And it gives me like calm.
Uh-huh.
I also like can smell the lavender, so I don't know, I get like an aroma.
So
feeling.
calm and fragrant.
Yeah.
Okay.
And cute. I don't know, it's cute.
Calm, fragrant, and cute. What's your favorite color? 3 words to describe it.
Yellow is my favorite color.
Nice.
Bright, happy, and smiles.
Yellow makes you think smiley face. That makes sense.
Yeah.
The reason I ask that question is because they always say that the way that you see your favorite color is how you either see yourself or hope to be someday.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Is it how you see yourself or how you hope to be someday?
Both, I think, yeah.
Oh, that's
always
so
striving to
beautiful.
feel that, yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite color is teal. Everybody's
Okay.
like, of course, it's a shade of blue.
Yeah.
I used to not wear blue because of my name. I was like, oh, I feel like a walking cliche.
Oh, but it's cute.
Wow, in kindergarten, my first best friend, her name was Blue.
Are you serious?
I don't know where she is now.
Aw,
Shouts out to you, Blue.
Blue, if you're out there, Bobby
I don't even know
misses
if
you.
you remember me, but you
I
were
once
great
had a little
friend.
kid walk up to me. He was like furrowing his brow. He's like, your name is Blue, but you're brown.
You're like,
I was like, oh,
great
man.
observation.
Dang, I'm from Boston.
Oh, there's a lot of that.
It's a little touch and go over there in
Yeah,
Boston. I'm not going to get too much into it. Now, you guys, before we go, I want to think about the future because on this show we manifest. It is now the 50th anniversary of hip hop. Today that we're doing it's August 11th, 2023. Imagine it's August 11th, 2028. Who are you? Where are you? And what have you accomplished? And I want to do this as a time capsule because 5 years from now, when I DM y'all with this link, you were like, oh shit. Either I was completely off her, or look at me being a witch. I want to see which one it is. So who wants to go first? It's 5 years from now.
5 years from now, I have a family of
Beautiful.
my own. We have done our TV show.
Yeah.
It's doing really well.
Nice.
We've won a Grammy,
Maybe a few.
maybe a few. And I am peacefully living my life and enjoying the fruits of my art.
Beautiful. Oh, that is yellow. I love that. All right, hit it.
I also want to have a family, like maybe 2 kids by then.
In 5 years?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be busy, sis. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I want 4.
In 5
total.
years?
No. 4
Oh,
in
I'm about to be
total.
like, if you do the math, you got to get pregnant after this interview.
right now.
right now.
No, I want 4 in total, but 2 in the next 5 years.
Okay.
I want like a nice compound, like a cute, like a farm type deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like hopefully I've purchased it by then. I don't, maybe not all the way living there, but you know.
A couple of ducks, maybe some geese,
Yeah,
a horse,
exactly.
maybe.
Some
Yeah.
chickens.
Nice.
Yeah. Same as her, like the TV show. We want to do a TV show, so hopefully we're on season 3 by then.
Ooh. What kind of TV show? I'm very like, this is provocative. Hit it.
Like in Atlanta meets Dave meets Broad City.
I could totally effing see that.
Right?
Yeah.
Somebody from FX or like
I know
somebody
you know
needs to hit
TV
you.
people.
I do. She's like, girl, you better stop playing with me. I saw that showrunner episode. That's amazing. I could totally see that.
Yeah, we really want that.
So Flyana Boss, if you had to like paint a picture for somebody who listening to this, because a lot of people of different ages listen to this podcast. I've learned this the hard way because I have some people who are older, like, what are y'all talking about? And I have some people who are young, like, you're too young to be listening to this. For anybody who does not have Wi-Fi and doesn't have a TikTok account, because I feel like you're everywhere these days, how would you describe your sound? Because it's so fun and playful in my ears, but I want you guys to have the opportunity to describe it for the audience.
Cute girl rap.
Exactly.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's kind of what we call it.
Yeah, but it's all of those things: fun, playful, energetic.
I miss that in music.
sisterhood. Yeah.
Sisterhood. You guys heard it here first. And now what's up next for you? Because I want to be able to, number one, tell people where to look out for you because I feel like you're everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, please sleep at some point.
Wow. Yeah, we should. But we have a lot of exciting things coming, but we can't say any yet.
Any of it?
We can't announce, but we're gonna put out more music.
Yeah,
Dope.
for sure.
That's all we can
Yeah, that's
say.
all we can say.
Right now. We can tell you off camera though.
Yeah.
Off
some of the
camera, I cannot
plans.
share with you guys what they're going to be doing next. And last but not least, because we always like to play it forward. We talked about all the people who inspired you. We talked about where you're going in the future. Right now, there's going to be people who are looking at you who want to be in your space one day, right? So if there's a young Flyana Boss like fan who's watching right now, what would you tell them to keep in mind while they're chasing their dreams in this industry? Because as Issa Rae once said, the music industry is the scariest industry in the world. And the fact that you're thriving in all these this shark-infested waters, kudos to you for surviving that. But what advice would you give to people who were where you were maybe 5 years ago when you were still trying to figure it out?
Community.
Yeah.
Like finding each other.
Finding your tribe. Yeah.
It was the biggest part of our success.
Yeah, us linking up together changed our lives.
Yeah, you don't need to do it on your own. You can have a family member, a friend, anybody.
It's almost impossible to do it on your own. Like, don't put all the weight on your shoulders. Like, find your people that you want to create with and do it. Like, don't be in your head. You're going to hate some of the things you release, but release it.
Yeah.
Let it out. It's your art. Like, don't be afraid.
I'm getting emotional. This is beautiful. You guys are so amazing. I love when people are actually good people off camera. You know what I mean? I cannot wait to see what you guys have in store. I'm going to find out in 5 seconds after we hit stop. You guys are dope. Tell people where they can find you on social media.
At Flyana Boss everywhere.
It's really that simple, guys.
Flyanaboss.
Yep.
Fly and a boss.
Yes.
I hope one day that you and Diana Ross get to have a moment where
I want that.
I'm manifesting that for y'all.
Yeah, I would cry.
That would be
Flying a
iconic.
Boss and Diana Ross in the same. Ooh, shivers, right? We felt that?
Yeah.
All right, you guys. This is Blue to Loose Me. You guys already know where to find me at Bluecentric. Thank you for watching the show. For those who do want to take the next, we're doing a third and final emotional intelligence workshop. Who do want to join our workshop? It is fall23.eventbrite.com. If you want to do one-on-one, that's also available, but that's a different conversation. It costs a whole lot more. I will be gifting you a session because I really want to see what's in your chart. You guys know that you can find me at Bluecentric. And as always, please be kind to yourself because we're all just human beings doing human shit. Bye.
Bye.
You see how fun that was?
Yeah,
that was so
that was great.
easy.
Yes.
That was
Thank
just
you
a
for having